Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Okay, today's review, again of one of Lidl's Parkside range of tools, is this one, the electric screwdriver. I've got drill drivers, a small Lidl's drill, which is also a screwdriver which I've used before, but I wanted one like this with a form factor that you can open up. I'll show you that in detail later. It can go from like an angled normal drill shape one to an inline one, and that's the reason I got this one. So it will have use, it'll come useful for like computer builds and things like that, for reaching in confined spaces. So without any further ado, let's get straight onto the unboxing. Then we'll have a quick demo of it screwing a couple of screws in, and then we'll have a final review and compare it to some others. So on with the unboxing now. Okay, here's the latest Lidl tool unboxing, Lidl's Parkside tool range. This time it's the cordless screwdriver, PSSA 4A1. That was bought today, which is Thursday. They're in store today, Thursday 6th of June 2019, and they're £14.99. So, the usual packaging, cardboard. Well, first of all, I'll show you a bit more in close up if you want to freeze frame the info. It's 4 volts, 1.5 amps. What is it? You can read that yourself anyway. 5 Newton meters torque, 200 revs per minute, 1 hour charge. You get the a range of bits with it. That's the blurb in English on the side. So, in the usual blow moulded case, the instructions. Sometimes they give you the instructions in the box. These are separate, so. But again, there's nothing much to. Most of it is safety instructions and stuff. So, we've always got a tie wrap round, proved they've not been opened, because people in the stores do open them to have a quick look. So that's it. You can see quite a nice selection of drill bits, all colour coded as well. I'll have a read at what the colour coding means in a minute before I do the intro to the demo. I'll go through each bit. So there's a couple of longer bits here. Was it say 26? Was it, or whatever of them? Various flat bits, posi drive, Phillips, star heads, Allen key heads, stuff like that. Charge it with USB lead as well. So I'm surprised it hasn't got one of Lidl's removable batteries, like on the small drills, which are like a 12 volt, 1.5 amp removable battery. This is 4 volt, 1.5 amp. So again, you will plug in the, there. That's where you plug in the USB lead to charge it, and just standard USB the other side. It's a micro USB, which is probably still the most common. USB-C will be taking over, of course. My phone's USB-C, and you're just your normal charger. Let's have a look out. That is, the output of the charger is 1500 milliamps, so 1.5 amp charger, which is not too bad. 2 amps quite powerful for quite quick for phones, but there are plenty of 500 milliamp half amp chargers on 1 amp, so this is 1.5 amps, so it's not a bad output. You got your bit holder there. So that's the screwdriver. You will press it one way for screw in and the other way for screw out. There's obviously a charge indicator here. As you can see, there's just one red light on it at the moment. There will be a amber and a green here. As mentioned in the other reviews, you tend to get them in this sort of state, which is the correct state for storing lithium batteries. You should always store lithium batteries at about 1/3 of the charge in them. That's called a storage charge. Don't store them fully charged. Don't store them fully run down, particularly not fully run down, because you sometimes have a job getting them going again if you've totally run them to flat. They don't have a memory effect like the old NiCads, but if you are leaving it for long periods of without use, always leave about 1/3 charge in it. So you've got your torque settings round here. That button there is obviously to twist the handle 90 degrees now, and you can make it like a conventional one there. I bought this. I did have a Bosch IXO, I think it was an IXO IXO. Didn't like it too much, and it was just this form factor. Well, you could just use your Parkside small electric drill as a screwdriver in that form factor, but I've been quite a few cases where I have wanted it to be long and thin for getting like down inside a computer case. Okay, so here is on the front of the drill, you've got a pretty bright LED to illuminate the, as you can see, that's in its own right is reasonably bright enough to see in the dark what you're doing. And then this side of the torch, we've got this side of the screwdriver. If you push that in, it is a pretty decent LED torch. Obviously not the brightest torch on the block, but it's a bonus having it in the drill and being a torch in its own right. So that's just on and off there, as well as the torch at the front. The bit, you just slide it back like that, and you would of course put your bit holder in it. So slide it back, bit holder in, and then one of these bits in, and they are magnetic, as you can see. If I just let go with my finger, I'm hardly touching it now, but there, pulls it in. So they're magnetic, and then take that one out, put say an Allen key head in, again magnetic, you can see it's not falling out, and the whole thing, just pull that back to remove it. So that's it. So like I said, these two longer bits just go in in the collet without a bit holder. Phillips one and a straight one, probably the two most common ones you'd use, so you don't need the actual bit holder for that, but for all these smaller ones you would use it with the bit holder. Hello? Sorry about that, it was the doctor's surgery ringing up. I forgot me check-up. Right, so yeah, where was I? Got the torch on the back, torch on the front, spring-loaded bit holder, your two big bits and your bit holder, and your USB charging lead. The charger turns off when it's fully charged. You press the trigger to see how much charge you've got in your screwdriver, and that's basically it. So I'll just show it in action, driving a few screws in, just show you that how powerful it is. We've yet to find that out myself, and then we'll just do a quick review of it. Okay, so here's the demo now. Okay, so we're just going to show it, put in 4 screws in. I've just got a thinnish one, I think that's about number 8, inch and a half, number 8. And we've got 2-inch, I think number 10 wood screw. They're about the most common 2 wood screws you can get. We've got a longer one there, a 3-inch. That's a number 10 as well, I think. And quite a thin one, but long there. Anything above these size, you wouldn't expect some small screwdriver like this to do. So I've charged it up. Don't know whether you can see, but I can see it's a bit bright sunlight, but the green light is coming on. So we'll start on this thinnest one. It's quite hard wood, this piece of 3x2. It's been kept in the garage, so it's dry. This is the thinnest one. There's no pilot holes, just to sort of show you the strength. And I've got it on the that form, the angled form. If I had it on the inline, it can't get as much power on it. So slowed down towards the end, but it was a long screw that. It's about a 3-inch screw. And it'll come through the other. Yeah, it's come through the other side. A smaller one, obviously, would be easier. This is the wider one now. This is number 10, I think. It's that one, and the long, thin one. May struggle on this. The head's not too good at it, I don't think. So it's struggling on that one, but again, probably not the right size bit in that. It wasn't. Yeah, one is Posi Drive, this one, that one is Phillips. So that's about it. So, you know, a reasonable amount of power. Don't forget I didn't put any pilot holes in there. This one, before I started unscrewing it, it just did go. Did go right through the bottom, and it is a pretty thick. You would have absolutely no chance drilling through that by hand, screwing through that by hand. Obviously you would drill pilot holes first, make the job a lot easier. Then you could get even bigger screws through, no problem. You wouldn't dream of screwing that deeper wood with no pilot hole whatsoever. But as you saw, it sort of managed it reasonably okay. And that was just with the standard, one of the standard bits that came with it. Okay. So there you have it. Just driving a few screws in. You would only use this as a small screwdriver, or like I say, you would drill pilot holes first. That demo just showed it just into raw wood with no pilot holes. Any screws thicker than that it would be really struggling with, but if you can imagine trying to screw them screws that far into a bit of 3x2 by hand, how much power you would need, it'll give you an idea. So normally pilot holes, and that would go a lot, but and use it for smaller jobs. If I was drilling massive screws into concrete and things like that, you'd obviously use an impact driver, or a drill driver. But for what it is, for $12.99, it's ideal for the smaller jobs. And like I said, I did want one with a form factor that I could do that on as well, for getting down in long, say, computer cases with a long extension bit on. It'd be very, very handy for that. And like I say, I've just been looking on Amazon for some equivalents and looking at the price of some equivalents. So let's have a quick look at them. So as a comparison, it's a couple on Amazon. This one here, this Bosch IXO, I had one of those a few years ago. I didn't particularly like it because I wanted one with a longer, a long format, an inline sort of format like this Parkside has got. With the Parkside you can pick from between the inline form and this. Okay, this was a bit shorter, I think, so it could get in tighter spaces, and it comes in a metal case, but there's not so many drill bits as you can see. Plus there's no torque control on it. If you want a torque control, that's an extra, so that's somewhere. So, and also, yeah, there you've got your Bosch torque setting, that's an extra £12.26. So this is £28.80 plus an extra £12.26 for the torque thing. It does come with, you can upgrade to a 2 or 3 year guarantee if you register it with Bosch, but with Lidl's Parkside Tools guarantee, you don't even need to register with them, you just ring them up, as I explained in one of my other videos, the why I like Lidl Tool videos, if you want to watch that. Plus it's only got this, where are we, 3 to 4.5 Newton meters. And I'm pretty sure, I'll just have a look at the box. Yeah, I thought that the Parkside one is 5 Newton meters, and this Bosch one takes 3 hours to charge. The Bosch one takes 2 hours to charge, and it's got a torch in it. It takes 1 hour to charge, and it's got a torch in it as well. Another one, let's have a look at another one. This Makita one here. Now that does twist round to go the long form factor. It comes with a lot more bits, I'll give it that. But again, no torque setting, no torch on the end of it. It's £39, and if we scroll down again, you'll see it's got 1.5 hour built-in battery, the same. Where are we? The torque is 4 Newton meters there. Again, 1 Newton meter less. No torque on the end, and again, no torque settings or whatsoever. So you can't adjust the torque for using it, say, softwoods, if you don't want to damage the top of the wood. And charge time 3 to 5 hours, so 5 times longer than the Parkside one. And running along, I mean, look at this one here, this bright pink high spec one. That's got a 600 milliamp nickel metal hydride battery. I mean, this thing is out of the arc. You know, it's got, you know, it's a nickel metal hydride battery, not a lithium battery. It's 600 milliamps, so that's half the capacity of the Lidl tool. There's no torque settings at all. Where are we? There's some details on this. Yeah, 3 to 5 hours charge. No torque settings, no torch, no case by the look of it. And that is more money, a quid more than the Parkside one. So it just shows you what good value, and that'll only have a one year guarantee, you can almost guarantee it. It just shows you what good value the Parkside ones are. When we start getting up into other ones, there's one there with a different form factor, 26 quid. There's nothing, to my mind, will compete on quality and price and value for the Parkside tools, so this is another one of them. Okay, so as you saw on them 3 drills, all dearer than this, none of them specified as good as this. The rubbishy pink one at the end is absolute sort of bottom of the barrel. Old technology batteries, half the power, no case. Like I said, while I was doing the unboxing, I couldn't work out the torque. It is just the black. I was trying to twist the silver. It is just the black that you twist from 1 to 6 and then round to max. But if you drill into if you screw into very, very soft wood, but bolts, again, you wouldn't really use it on bolts. But any soft wood or finish that you don't want damaging, the torque setting is very handy, because it'll cut it off before it gets damages the surface of the wood. Again, push that in, twist it, becomes that form factor. It did charge in 1 hour. A few more charges will get that battery up to peak condition. Again, the torch on the end, and the torch, the light always comes on the end for that. The colour codings in the box, or the box which is outside, the colour codings around the screws are just purely for what they are. One colour for Posi-Drive, one for Phillips. There is a slight difference between Phillips and Posi-Drive. One for the slot screws, and one for the star-shaped ones. So there you have it, 3-year warranty. As I've said before, check out the warranty, my other review on how good Lidl's tools and how good their warranty is up there. Hope to see you for another unboxing and demo very soon. Bye for now.